LA Knight's unique plans against Roman Reigns, real reasons why Cody Rhodes appeared on recent WWE SmackDown, Triple H replaces Cody Rhodes on WWE Raw, Dominic Mysterio betrays Rhea Ripley, Gunther justifies his controversial Dark Ages comment, John Cena reacts after Drake name drops him, the Wyatt family member brings the late WWE superstar Bray Wyatt to life, legal issues forces real-life Bloodline member to cancel WWE appearance. Let's jump right into it. Real reasons why Cody Rhodes appeared on recent WWE SmackDown. On the recent edition of WWE SmackDown, Cody Rhodes made an unexpected appearance despite being a Raw star. Not only did he appear backstage with Nick Aldis, but the American Nightmare also intervened to rescue LA Knight from a post-match assault orchestrated by Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso of the Bloodline. This unannounced appearance on Friday nights ahead of Survivor Series War Games adds anticipation and excitement among fans. With that being said, let's discuss 3 reasons why Cody Rhodes appeared on the latest episode of the Blue Brand. Number 3. Cody Rhodes might be in search of a 5th participant for his War Games team. One potential reason behind Cody's surprise visit might be his quest to find a 5th member for the upcoming War Games match against the Judgment Day. With Drew McIntyre's recent heel turn and alignment with a villainous faction, it appears they already have their 5th member in the form of the Scottish Warrior. Therefore, the American Nightmare might have been on SmackDown to formally seek permission from Nick Aldis to enlist a Blue Brand star for his War Games team. Also, as Rhodes rescued LA Knight from the post-match assault, he might be one of the contenders for Team Cody. Number 2. To renew his rivalry against the Bloodline. Another conceivable reason for the Raw star's appearance could be to reignite his rivalry with the Samoan faction. For those unaware, Cody Rhodes has already been vocal about aiming for a top spot at WrestleMania 40, even with the potential participation of The Rock in the marquee event. Therefore, Cody's surprise appearance on the Blue Brand might be a strategic move by the company to revive his feud with the Bloodline. Having him rescue LA Knight could serve as a way to plant the seeds for a future rematch between Cody and Roman Reigns. Number 1. To add a major twist to Survivor Series War Game. Another plausible reason for Cody's appearance on the recent SmackDown could be to introduce a significant twist to the upcoming premium live event, Survivor Series 2023. The potential scenario that might unfold due to Cody's appearance could involve the Bloodline launching an assault on him during the upcoming edition of Monday Night Raw. This could lead to Cody being unable to participate in the War Games match. Additionally, another conceivable scenario might see Nick Aldis penalizing Cody Rhodes for his actions on the recent SmackDown. This penalty could potentially impact his involvement in the upcoming War Games match at Survivor Series. Triple H replaces Cody Rhodes on WWE Raw. Cody Rhodes appeared on last night's episode of WWE SmackDown, where he had a private meeting with General Manager Nick Aldis. The American Nightmare then attacked Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso, saving LA Knight from a Bloodline beatdown. Aldis then ordered Rhodes to leave the building, indicating he was only there for one specific purpose. But what if this is how Cody makes his way to the Blue Brand permanently? The former AEW star can take this matter to WWE's Triple H, who can personally make this trade instead of Nick Aldis or Adam Pearce. This way, Cody Rhodes can challenge Roman Reigns without any restrictions while the game announces a new top babyface to replace him on Monday Night Raw. Perhaps this is where CM Punk returns. The trade can be arranged on next week's episode of SmackDown, Triple H bringing out Punk at Survivor Series. It would cause a massive pop from the expected Chicago crowd, while also changing the landscape of the Red Brand. There have been way too many hints for CM Punk not to return soon. In this scenario, it would happen on Cody Rhodes' final night as a Raw superstar as he leads his team to a War Games victory over the Judgment Day. Punk would instantly be one of Raw's top baby faces if he returns at Survivor Series, so expect him to be in a similar position to Rhodes. He can feud with the Judgment Day as they look to heel following War Game, although it might be time to break the group up. If the two reconcile, a feud between CM Punk and Seth Rollins would be excellent too. It can even headline Night 1 of WrestleMania 40, with WWE basing it on their real-life issues. Which of these will happen? Cody Rhodes moving to SmackDown, CM Punk returning to WWE, or both? Dominic Mysterio betrays Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley have become a force to be reckoned with over the past few months, but Ripley has clearly had her attention elsewhere over the past few weeks, and Mysterio may have had his head turned. Mysterio and Logan Paul have sent messages to one another on social media, and it appears that Paul is open to winning the tag team championships with Mysterio, since he recently admitted he was a fan of the Judgment Day member. I'd want to do it with the endeavor and pursuit of getting more belts. Do I become tag team champion with Dominic Mysterio? Could be fun. You got 2 heels, you got 2 people that the audience loves to hate. I like Dom. The tag team championships are currently around the waists of Damian Priest and Finn Balor, which would mean Mysterio would have to take them from his current teammates if he were to join forces with Logan Paul. It's getting very crowded in the Judgment Day at the moment since JD McDonough became an official member of the group on WWE Raw, while it appeared that Drew McIntyre also became an honorary member of the group when he turned heel on Jey Uso. Rhea Ripley continues to push to recruit new stars for the group, and Mysterio could now become a fan of the attention he is getting from Logan Paul fall and decide that it's time to get out of the shadow of the Judgment Day? Could it finally be time for Mommy and Dominic Mysterio to head in their own directions on WWE TV? And could it be Logan Paul that finally comes between them? Gunther justifies his controversial Dark Ages comment. WWE superstar and longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, Gunther felt the Ultimate Warrior's championship reign was one of the dark ages of wrestling. This past week on WWE's The Bump, the ring general made some controversial claims about Warrior's wrestling skill. His comments divided the wrestling world, with some coming out in support of the star, while others were outraged by the seemingly insulting remarks. In an exclusive interview with The Ringer, the Intercontinental Champion justified his comment. He claimed that many wrestling pundits were supportive of his statement. He then pointed out that Warrior was just a bodybuilder with face paint and limited wrestling skill. He found it hard to believe how the Hall of Famer held the WWE Championship and Intercontinental Championship at the same time. I meant the dark ages of wrestling. I mean, if a guy with tassels, face paint, and minimal wrestling skills holds the two prestigious titles in the business, then something's wrong. How can you not get my point? At this year's Survivor Series, Gunther will put the Intercontinental Championship on the line against The Miz. At this point, the Austrian Anomaly has held the IC title for well over 500 days and defeated the likes of Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Chad Gable, and many more throughout this reign. The A-lister will now try and put a stop to this historic reign. He became the #1 contender after besting Ricochet, Bronson Reed, and Ivar in a fatal 4-way match on Raw. It will be interesting to see if The Miz can win the IC title for the 9th time in his career. What are your thoughts on Gunther's incredible reign? John Cena reacts after Drake name drops him. Drake is one of the biggest names in the music industry, and he recently name dropped the WWE superstar John Cena in his latest album. The 16-time world champion wasted little time in reacting to Drake's action. The well-renowned rapper Drake recently released a new album titled Scary Hours 3. It features many instant hits along with a song titled Wick Man. The song mentions the WWE legend John Cena in the lyrics. He likely did it as the Cenation leader has become a household name over the decades. He is not only popular in the wrestling ring, but also hugely popular on the silver screen. Cena, who is very active on social media and shares cryptic messages and images about pop culture, reacted to the mention soon after. He shared an image of the megastar rapper holding a replica of the WWE Championship. Drake and Cena are two of the biggest names in their respective field. It is great to see the popular rapper name drop someone as big as the 16-time world champion in one of his latest singles that will likely bring both men a lot more popularity. The fans hope to see them together someday. Before moving into Hollywood, John Cena made a name for himself in WWE. As proof of his success in the world of popular culture, he was name dropped by the megastar rapper Drake in his recent single. As Drake is one of the top-selling artists in the world, fans connect with the rapper's lyrics a lot. The lyrics come from the song titled Wick Man, the latest release titled For All the Dogs Scary Hours edition. It combines tracks from the For All the Dogs and his Scary Hours 3 album. Here are the lyrics of the song Wick Man. I'm almost expressionless. John Cena wouldn't know emotions I wrestle with. Play about the fact I was born a perfectionist. Still can't even wrap my mind around the success of this. The popular rapper mentions Cena as a wrestler in his lyric. The two men have shown mutual respect with their recent work. It will be a dream for many people to see them work on a project down the road. Do you want to see the WWE legend John Cena collaborate with Drake someday? The Wyatt family member brings the late WWE superstar Bray Wyatt to life. WWE Raw superstar Braun Strowman recently paid a tribute to Bray Wyatt on social media. Not too long ago, the monster of all monsters had received positive remarks about himself on the Oh You Didn't Know podcast by WWE's Senior Vice President of Live Events, Dogg. Speaking about Braun's possibility of being a top guy in the company, the Hall of Famer commented that Braun still has the chance of claiming that place. Dogg also referred to fans still going gaga over the Strowman's involvement in his matches. He also added that Strowman still has an upside and can definitely be the top guy. Braun Strowman recently took to social media to pay tribute to Bray Wyatt. He posted a video clip symbolizing Firefly. The Fireflies were part and parcel of Wyatt's legacy. After the tragic news of the Fiend's demise, several superstars have been extending their heartfelt condolences to the late superstar who shared a close bond with him. Strowman wrote Fireflies emojis. Hall of Famer Mick Foley had also opened up on social media previously on the news of Bray Wyatt's demise. Foley shared a post recalling the moment he learned of the passing away of Bray Wyatt. Foley also expressed how devastating it was to know about the Fiend's demise. He added that Bray was someone who was a personal favorite of him in the company. The veteran detailed, 10 minutes later, upon touching down, I checked my messages and saw that an old friend from college had texted, asking me if I knew of a WWE wrestler named Wyndham Rotunda. Sure, I texted back. Why do you ask? And that's how I learned of the passing of Bray Wyatt, one of the most fascinating characters in WWE history and a personal favorite of mine. He was only 36. It would be interesting to see what plans the company has going forward for Braun Braun Strowman. What are your thoughts on the same? Legal issues forces real-life Bloodline member to cancel WWE appearance. The latest reports suggest that WWE had to pull the plug on Roman Reigns' cousin and a real-life Bloodline relative due to legal complications. Jey Uso was on a mission to dethrone Reigns as the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship at SummerSlam 2023. Ahead of their title match, an official contract signing took place between the two men in a tribal court segment on the July 7 episode of SmackDown. The former WWE star Lance Anoa'i, during an interview, shed light on the Stanford-based promotion's plans to feature multiple members of the Samoan family, including Jacob Fatu and the Wild Samoans, Afa and Seka, for the tribal court segment. In Anoa'i's case, his existing contractual obligations with MLW prevented him from making a guest appearance on Friday Night SmackDown. A source within WWE, before the situation, has disputed the narrative surrounding a real-life Bloodline member's potential appearance. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the company never actively promoted the 31-year-old star's involvement in the segment. Instead, the Stanford-based promotion focused solely on Afa and Seka's participation, and the decision to exclude Jacob Fatu stemmed from his legal issues. The former member of Roman Reigns' faction, Jey Uso, is currently on the WWE Raw roster on a singles run without his family. The former tag team champion, accustomed to sharing the spotlight with his twin brother Jimmy Uso, recently embarked on a solo endeavor with a special WWE meet and greet signing event. Despite initial apprehensions about the turnout, Uso was overwhelmed by the outpouring of support from wrestling fans. It remains to be seen if WWE plans to add more members of the Anoa'i family to the storyline, including Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jey, and Jimmy. What did you think of the real-life Bloodline members' nixed WWE plans due to legal issues? LA Knight's unique plans against Roman Reigns. WWE superstar LA Knight is working on his plans to neutralize the Bloodline once and for all. Knight had lost his match to Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel due to Jimmy Uso interfering in the matchup. This week on SmackDown, Knight showed up when Paul Heyman was praising Solo Sikoa for a dominant performance against John Cena at the Premium Live event. The 41-year-old vowed to end the Bloodline himself, starting with Jimmy, the man who cost him the championship match. WWE correspondent Kathy Kelly later caught up with Knight on SmackDown Lowdown. He told her that it was not enough that he laid out Jimmy Uso. He mentioned that Solo Sikoa and even Paul Heyman were on his radar so that they couldn't help Roman when they crossed paths in the future. Here's the thing. I said tonight every single one of the Bloodline, including Paul Heyman, will fall. But to think that Jimmy Uso, I've run through him. Nah, that's not enough to hit him with a BFT and 1, 2, 3. Nah, we gotta take it one step further. I gotta make sure that there's no chance that Jimmy Uso can interfere, no chance that Solo Sikoa can interfere, and no chance that Paul Heyman can interfere the next time that I see Roman Reigns one-on-one. Despite all the odds stacked against him, LA Knight managed to pick up a huge win over Jimmy Uso with the BFT this week. In the aftermath of the encounter, Solo and Jimmy started a 2-on-1 beatdown on the megastar. This led to Cody Rhodes rushing out to even the odds. Rhodes cleared the ring and sent Solo and Jimmy packing. It will be interesting to see how this feud develops and whether Knight gets a rematch against Reigns in the future. Do you think LA Knight can dethrone Roman Reigns?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me